To date, we've struck over 7,000 targets across Iran and its military infrastructure. That is not incremental. That is overwhelming force applied with precision. And again, today will be the largest strike package yet, just like yesterday was. As I've said from day one, our capabilities continue to build, Iran's continue to degrade. We're hunting and striking death and destruction from above.
American military base in the United Arab Emirates, work on the AH-64 Apache attack helicopters does not stop. Ground crews refuel the aircraft and reload their weapon systems around the clock. This base is the primary launch point for American pilots flying into the Strait of Hormuz to destroy Iranian Shahed drones that have been attacking U.S. bases, Allied positions, and oil tankers transiting the waterway. After resupply is complete, some of the Apaches lift off and fly to naval vessels in the Gulf, where they land on the flight decks and wait on standby. Others head directly into the Strait to patrol. The rotation is constant. Helicopters going out, helicopters coming back, helicopters waiting on ships.
All right, guys, let's break this down. This opens with pure intimidation. Over 7,000 strikes isn't just messaging, it's dominance on display. Then we cut to the UAE base, where there's zero downtime. Helicopters are being fueled, armed, and rotated like a machine that never sleeps. This isn't preparation for war, it's war already in motion, just executed with clinical precision.
When Iranian drones appear on radar, the information reaches the ship first. The radar operators in the Combat Information Center detect the contacts, classify them as hostile, and immediately relay the data to the Apache crews on standby, either on the ship's deck or already airborne in the patrol zone. The order goes out. Pilots who are on the deck start their engines and lift off within minutes. Those already in the air turn toward the threat. The Apaches close on the drones and engage, shooting them down before they can reach their targets. After completing the mission, some helicopters return to the ships to reload and refuel for the next alert. Others fly back to the land base in the UAE for a full turnaround. On the ground, the maintenance crews perform a complete rearm.
This is where the system proves it works. Radar picks up incoming drones, and within moments, the chain of command kicks in flawlessly. No hesitation, no confusion, just execution. Apaches launch, intercept, and eliminate targets before they even get close. It's not dramatic dogfighting, it's efficient destruction. The real story here is speed, coordination, and how little room the enemy actually has.
The 19-round Hydra 70 rocket pods are reloaded. These are unguided rockets, and each Apache carries up to 4 pods for a total of 76 rockets per helicopter.
Now we see what sustains that tempo. Every rocket, every round, every missile is methodically reloaded like clockwork. These aren't rushed crews, they're precise, disciplined, and fully aware that any mistake could cost lives. The Apache isn't just a helicopter here, it's a fully loaded weapons platform being reset again and again for maximum damage output.
At a desert airstrip nearby, an American C-17 lands and taxis to the unloading area. On board is another AH-64 Apache, delivered as a replacement to ensure that the patrol coverage over the Strait of Hormuz is not interrupted. Transporting a helicopter inside a cargo aircraft requires partial disassembly, and the unloading process begins immediately. Soldiers and ground crew first pull out the crates and containers holding the parts that were removed for transport. Rotor blades, tail rotor assembly, stub wings, weapons pylons, avionics fairings, and crates of rockets and Hellfire missiles. Everything is carried or rolled off the ramp by hand and by cart. Then the helicopter itself is pulled out of the cargo bay. Without its rotor blades and with its landing gear unlocked, the Apache is rolled down the ramp manually. It takes a large crew to maneuver the airframe off the aircraft and onto the tarmac. Every step is done carefully to avoid damaging the sensors, weapons systems, or airframe. Once the Apache is off the C-17, it is hooked up to a military tow vehicle. The crates of parts and ammunition are loaded into the same vehicle and onto a flatbed behind it. The convoy drives across the airstrip to the assembly area where the mechanics get to work. Rotor blades are attached and secured. The tail rotor is mounted and the drive shaft connected. Stub wings are bolted on and the weapons pylons installed. Avionics panels are reconnected and tested. Rockets are loaded into the pods, Hellfires mounted on the rails, and the chain gun ammunition drum filled. The mechanics run through the full checklist: hydraulics, electrical, flight controls, engine systems, weapons systems. Once everything checks out, the Apache is cleared for flight. Meanwhile, on a ship in the Strait, the combat alarm sounds again. Radar has picked up a new wave of Iranian drones heading toward the formation. An Apache already on the deck spins up its engines, the rotor reaches operating speed, and the helicopter lifts off. It climbs fast, turns toward the incoming threat, and moves to intercept. The pilot acquires the targets on the onboard sensors, lines up the gun, and fires. The drones are hit and go down. The pilot confirms the kills, reports the engagement to the ship, and the information is relayed to the command center. Mission confirmed. The Apache circles back to its patrol station and waits for the next alert. The cycle continues.
This is escalation through logistics. A fresh Apache arrives, gets rebuilt piece by piece, armed, tested, and pushed straight into the cycle. No delays, no wasted motion. And right on cue, another drone wave appears, alarm sounds, helicopter lifts, targets eliminated. It's a relentless loop: detect, launch, destroy, repeat. The message is clear: this operation doesn't slow down, and it doesn't miss. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you in the next one.